What if your cat or dog has been communicating with you every single day, but you've been misunderstanding almost every signal? Picture this: you come home, see a wagging tail, and assume it means pure joy. Or your cat sits in your lap, purring softly so you assume they're completely relaxed. But what if that tail wag actually meant anxiety, and that purr was actually a cry for stress relief? One of the biggest myths about pet behavior is that their signals are simple and straightforward. In reality, some of the most familiar signs we see every day mean something entirely different than what most people believe. In this video, you're going to learn how to accurately read both cat and dog body language step by step. By the end, you'll be able to spot subtle warnings, understand true affection, and avoid common misunderstandings that can secretly damage the trust between you and your pet. The main reason we misunderstand our pets comes down to human nature. We tend to project human emotions onto animal actions. When a dog bares its teeth in a direct smile, or when we force intense, loving eye contact, we think we're sharing affection. But, to an animal, direct eye contact can be a direct challenge, and a forced hug can feel like being trapped. Personal space and physical touch mean completely different things to dogs and cats than they do to us. To make matters worse, cats and dogs evolved with radically different communication systems. When we try to read a cat like a dog, or either like a human, it creates a massive disconnect. Misreading these physical cues leads to chronic stress, fear, and behavioral issues that leave owners feeling frustrated and confused. So how can we move past our human biases and figure out what our pets are really trying to say? The answer begins by understanding how each species evolved to communicate. To truly understand your pet today, you have to look at their ancestors. Dogs evolved as highly social pack animals. For a pack to hunt, move, and survive together, communication had to be fast, clear, and visible from a distance. That's why dogs developed broad, highly expressive body language, using full-body postures, dramatic tail positions, and clear facial expressions to coordinate with other pack members and prevent internal conflicts. Cats, on the other hand, evolved primarily as solitary hunters. Because they hunted alone and needed to avoid larger predators, overt displays were dangerous. Instead, cats developed a language of subtle movements, micro-expressions, and controlled signals meant only for close-range interaction. Neither communication style is better or more advanced. They are simply two different survival strategies perfected over millions of years. This evolutionary background influences every single twitch, gaze, and posture your pets make in your living room today. When reading a dog, you have to look at the entire body, starting with the most misunderstood signal, the tail. A tail's position and wagging speed tell a complex story. A loose, low, broad wag usually indicates a relaxed, happy dog. However, a high, stiff, fast-vibrating tail signals high arousal, intense focus, or potential reactivity, not friendliness. Assuming every wagging tail means a friendly dog is one of the most common and dangerous mistakes owners make. Look at their ears and eyes. Forward, erect ears show alertness or confidence, while ears pinned flat against the head often point to fear or submission. Soft, relaxed eyes mean comfort, but a hard stare, or showing the whites of their eyes in a whale eye, signals extreme tension or fear. Pay attention to body posture. A play bow, where the front legs drop while the rear stays up, is a clear invitation to fun. Elevated hackles along the spine mean high arousal, while a tense, closed mouth or rapid panting without heat indicates stress. Always look at the context before assuming what a dog is feeling. Cats communicate in whispers rather than shouts. A cat's tail is an emotional barometer. An upright tail with a slight curve at the tip means a confident, friendly greeting. But a whipping, twitching tail indicates frustration or impending aggression, the exact opposite of a dog's tail movement. Facial cues are equally vital. A slow blink from a cat is the ultimate sign of trust and affection, acting almost as a feline "I love you." Forward whiskers mean curiosity, while pinned back ears and pulled back whiskers mean fear or defensive aggression. And don't fall for common myths. Purring doesn't always mean happiness. Cats also purr to self-soothe when in pain or extreme stress. Similarly, when a cat rolls onto its back, it's rarely an invitation for a belly rub like it is with a dog. It's often a sign of absolute trust or a defensive display showing all claws are ready. Kneading, however, is a leftover comfort behavior from kittenhood showing deep contentment. Putting these two species side by side reveals why multi-pet households can get chaotic. When greeting you, a dog might leap, wag, and use high-energy displays, while a cat walks up calmly with an upright tail and a slow blink. When stressed, a dog usually pants, paces, or seeks physical closeness, whereas a cat will shrink, freeze, or seek a high hiding spot. To invite play, a dog drops into a play bow. A cat stalks, crouches, and twitches its tail. Even warnings differ completely. A dog growls, freezes, and stiffens its stance, while a cat flattens its ears, hisses, and dilates its pupils. Because similar-looking behaviors like tail movement or belly exposure mean opposite things for each species, understanding these differences is essential for a peaceful home. Now that you know how to read the signals, the real work begins with how you respond. First, always respect your pet's boundaries. If a cat turns its head away or a dog turns stiff, give them space immediately. Learning to recognize early signs of stress allows you to intervene before a situation escalates into fear or aggression. Instead of forcing physical touch or constant interaction, build deep trust through quiet observation. Allow your pets to approach you on their own terms and always reward relaxed, confident behavior with positive reinforcement, gentle praise, or treats. When you stop forcing interactions and start respecting their true body language, you create a safe environment that dramatically strengthens the bond you share. As you start reading your pet, keep in mind that individual personality matters just as much as species traits. A pet's breed, age, current health, and past experiences heavily influence how they communicate. A rescue dog with a troubled past may give subtle signals, while a vocal cat breed like a Siamese might rely heavily on vocalizations alongside body movement. Because of this, you must never rely on a single signal in isolation. A wagging tail, a purr, or a turning ear means very little on its own. Context is everything. Look at the environment, the trigger, and the whole body from nose to tail to get an accurate read. At the end of the day, cats and dogs are communicating with us constantly. They just speak completely different body languages. Recognizing these subtle differences prevents unnecessary stress, reduces behavioral problems, and transforms your everyday interactions. Great pet owners don't just teach commands. They take the time to truly listen. The better you understand your pet's language, the stronger your bond becomes. What's the most confusing or unexpected behavior your cat or dog has ever shown? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you learned something new today, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into pet psychology, animal behavior, and fascinating cat versus dog comparisons. Thanks for watching.